The 99% look at billionaires, look at the private jets, the towering skyscrapers, and the absolute freedom, and they call it luck. They comfort their own mediocrity by pretending true financial dominance is an accident of birth or a twist of fate. But the 1% realize early on that power is never given. It is calculated, engineered, and seized through a savage, unbreakable discipline code. Today, we break down the 5 ruthless habits of the top 1% that the modern education system desperately tried to hide from you. First, extreme isolation over cheap validation. While the crowd is busy chasing temporary clout at crowded tables, trading their future for expensive dinners and fleeting pleasures, the elite lock themselves in dark rooms and execute. They do not need motivation. Motivation is a weak, temporary drug designed for people who only work when they feel like it. The 1% work when they are bleeding, when they are tired, and when the world tells them to quit. They understand that total isolation is the price of admission to the empire. Second, controlling time like a lethal weapon. To the average mind, time is something to kill, a blank space to be filled with endless digital noise and brain-dead distractions. To the elite, every single second is a calculated asset. They guard their schedule with a brutal ferocity. They do not accept cheap invitations. They do not answer spontaneous calls. And they never allow unproductive minds to steal a single millisecond of their day. They master the clock so they can master the market. Third, radical emotional detachment. The modern matrix has conditioned you to make decisions based on your fragile, temporary feelings. If you feel tired, you rest. If you feel scared, you stop. The 1% have achieved complete and radical emotional detachment. They have disconnected their execution from their emotions. Decisions are made with cold, unyielding numbers, mathematical formulas, and long-term leverage. They look at a crisis not with panic, but with the cold eyes of a predator looking at an opportunity. Fourth, aggressive, relentless asset accumulation. The 99% work for money to buy liabilities that masquerade as status symbols. They buy cars they cannot afford to impress people they do not like. The 1% work strictly for freedom. Every dollar they secure is not spent. It is deployed as a silent soldier inside the global market to conquer more assets. They accumulate businesses, land, and intellectual property that generate passive cash flow while they sleep. They build a financial fortress that no government or economic collapse can ever penetrate. And fifth, a dark, maniacal obsession with winning. When the initial excitement of a new project dies, ordinary people give up and look for the next temporary dopamine hit. But when the excitement dies for the elite, the dark obsession remains to drive the empire forward. It is a terrifying, non-negotiable hunger that refuses to sleep until absolute dominance is achieved. True greatness does not exist in your safe comfort zones. It requires the absolute, brutal death of your old, soft self. Step out of the matrix today, unlearn the systematic lies, and claim your absolute destiny.